The concept of study abroad sounds really sexy. That you can move to a different country, you'll have an amazing life, you'll make a new life, you'll make a lot of money, you'll send money back, your parents will be so proud of you, everyone in the community would love you, but it is exaggerated. Just for the sake of it, going to a country doesn't really make sense because there you are usually treated as a second class citizen. And specifically when you don't know their language, when you don't know their culture, it does not really make a lot of sense. I know a lot of people just want to leave India because they feel like there are not a lot of job opportunities here in India. But when you look at other countries, not every country that you look at is a good idea. Just because the name of that country is sexy does not mean that country in itself is a good idea for you. So in this video, we're going to talk about whether it makes sense to go to Italy or not, because in the past 1 month, 22 students have reached out to me for Italy and this number has just been going up. I mean, I do help students with admissions, but specifically only Italy, I don't really like this idea. I know the concept of Giorgia Meloni and Modi ji together sounds sexy, but it does not really make a lot of sense for students to go to Italy. And in this video, we're going to talk about why it does not make sense to go to Italy. First point is that of job opportunities. Italy is nothing like Germany. Germany is the biggest economy. Germany has a lot of job opportunities. Italy does not. Let's talk about the money that you will be making. Germany has a minimum wage of 12.41. Italy, on the other hand, does not even have a minimum wage. Now, they have proposed unions, they have many other things, but I was doing my research and in my research, I found out that 25% of Italians earn less than 1,000 euros. Now, in Germany, you will be at least making somewhere around 2,200 euros per month. In Italy, you can be making 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 euros. So first of all, look at the stark difference between the average minimum salaries. Obviously, people who are doing really well can be earning a lot. In Germany, you can earn more than 100,000 euros also. In Italy, you can earn more than 100,000 euros also. I'm not talking about smart people. I'm talking about averages. Once we have an idea of averages, then we can have a better understanding what is better. So if I talk about India also, in India also, you can make more than 100,000 euros. Yes, you can make more than 1 crore rupees in salary. Many people do that. That doesn't mean that India ka average is more than 100,000 euros. So when I'm talking about averages, I mean the minimum wage in Italy, nothing like that. Minimum wage in Germany for 12.41. There are jobs in Italy where you can also earn 4 euros. Yes, 4 euros. During my research, I found out that there are some cities in Italy, Padova is one of those, where the average salary of a security guard is 4 euros. 4 euros. That's not even 8 lakh rupees a year. You can make a better salary in India. At the same point, you're not making a lot of money in Italy. You're making a lot of money in Germany. But when you're comparing cost of living, Italy, Germany, very similar. I mean, you're making a lot of money in Germany, but Italy is anyhow expensive. So the cost of living crisis is really bad in Italy. The cost of rent is definitely higher in Germany. Every other thing is slightly higher in Germany. But when you compare it on a city to city basis, the amount of money that you will be saving in Germany would be way much more than the amount of money that you will be saving in Italy, because Italy in itself is really expensive to live in. Germany, it is really expensive, but anyhow, you're making way much more paycheck in Germany as opposed to Italy. So basically we talked about 2 points. First point was that there is not a lot of money to be made in Italy. Second point was it is not as big of an economy as Germany. Now, does it make sense to go to Germany or does it make sense to go to Italy? One more point of consideration is language. Germans are way much more comfortable with English. Do you know which country gets the highest IELTS score between Germany and Italy? There is no comparison. Germany, definitely. Germans get a better IELTS score. Which country has more jobs that can be purely done in English? Germany again. So when you're comparing Germany and Italy, there is no comparison. Germany definitely stands out, and that is why Germany is a much bigger place for Indian students and in fact all the international students. Only problem with Germany, it's really difficult to get admission in. We're also going to talk about Germany cons. We have already talked about that. So if you want to watch a video on Germany cons, you'll find that here. But Germany also has its cons. I'll leave the video at the end of this video also. But specifically talking about Italy, it's not a smart idea. Now, before I talk about the next con, I would also want to tell you that Italy has some good things also, because I don't want to make a one-sided video saying that Italy is bad. There are some good things also. Let's talk about the best thing that Italy gives you. The best thing that Italy gives you is the DSE scholarship, which is basically a regional scholarship that Italy gives to attract international talent. Now, what are the benefits of this scholarship? Why do I talk about this scholarship? Why am I talking about this scholarship? It does not specifically look at merit. So even if you're an average student, you can get this scholarship. It gives you funding to live. It covers all your living expenses and it also covers all your tuition fees. So this is ideally a very amazing opportunity just for someone who wants to leave his country. Is it a very good opportunity for someone to make a career? I don't really think so. So think about it. If you have the funds, it is your future we're talking about. And when we're talking about your future, you should be ideally investing it somewhere where you think you'll get good returns. Italy predominantly is not a smart idea. Maintaining good grades in Italy is also required to continue with this DSC scholarship, which is ideally not as easy, but that's not the point. The point is, Italy has a silver lining, and the silver lining is that you get a really amazing scholarship. But should you be falling for this scholarship? Ideally, it's your choice. When I say it's your choice, if you get a chance to study in a top US university as well as an average Italian college for free, if I had the money, with all the knowledge that I have, with the knowledge that I will be getting a salary of, let's suppose, minimum $70,000 in US and $70,000 as opposed to, let's suppose, a 20,000 euro job in Italy, I would ideally choose USA. When we also talk about the point of visa, the post-study work visa, in Italy, if you do a bachelor's or master's, you will get a 1-year post-study work visa. If you do the same thing in Germany, you will get 18 months post-study work visa. If you do the same thing in UK, you get a 2-year post-study work visa. If you do the same thing in, let's suppose, USA, you get a 3-year post-study work visa. If you do a same thing in STEM course in Australia, you get a 4-year, 5-year post-study work visa. So the point is, the visa that you're getting in Italy is again lower. And the country in itself wants you to speak in Italian. So if you're planning to go to Italy, you'll have to learn Italian, regardless of whatever other people say. If you want a job, you want to do post-study work visa, you want to do even part-time job, you need to know Italian. Same goes with Germany. You will be comfortable speaking English, but they would want you to learn German. So any work that you will be doing, it will have a lot of German involved. So you will have to learn German. Even if you want citizenship, anything else, you need to learn German. So that's my major problem with all these European countries, that you will have to learn the native language, which seems very easy when you think about it at first, but also think about it when you're thinking of it in long term. What do I mean by that? Let's suppose you have to live in Delhi without knowing Hindi. Now that sounds scary, right? Imagine that you will have to interact with at least 10 people a day. None of those people will understand what you're saying. If you talk to an auto wala in English, you will ideally be overcharged and you will not be able to live a good life until and unless you learn the native language, because you have to interact with at least 1,000 people in your life, and every day you're not able to speak the language that you've learned for 22 years, 23 years, whatever your age is. You'll not be able to speak Hindi, you'll not be able to speak English. You'll be talking in their language, a new language that you're going to learn. It sounds easy that, okay, I learn this new language. It isn't. So until and unless you're going for a course or a field where there is a huge opportunity, I would not want to take this bet. I would still bet on safer things. Maybe Netherlands can also be a better position because they speak a lot of English. Maybe Sweden or any other Nordic country, they also speak really good English. But Italy for itself is not a great option. So in totality, if you still want to go to Italy, you should be getting this scholarship. I talk about the Italy scholarship here. If you're confused between Italy versus Germany, then you should be watching this video. So Italy versus Germany question would be answered here. Italian scholarship would be answered here.